Good morning. My name is Adrianna Sekula, and I am the chair of the Kissimmee Osceola Chamber of Commerce, and you are tuning into our 15-minute series, a special one today, featuring our chairwoman of the Osceola County Board of Commissioners, Viviana. Welcome, Commissioner Janer. How are you today?
Hi, thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you. Very excited to be here with my friends from the Kissimmee Chamber.
Well, we're honored to have you. Before we get started and asking you about what's been happening this past year, which most people should know because you've been very good at passing along information during these wild times of COVID-19. But for introduction purposes, Chairwoman Viviana Janer was elected to the Osceola County Commission in 2014. And in 2016, she serves as now chairwoman of the board. Also, Commissioner Janer is the vice chair of Links, secretary of Sunrail, and serves on the Metro Plan Orlando board. So very versed in transportation, and also our favorite, or my favorite personally, in tourism, and as she serves as a member of the Tourism Development Council. Commissioner Janer hails from Puerto Rico and raised in New York, and came from humble beginnings and made her way into administration with a major in public accounting, and later a Master of Business Administration with academic honors. We are so grateful that she has found her home here in Osceola County for the past 15 years, and thank you for serving the people of Osceola.
Oh, it's my honor to serve the people of Osceola. So much going on. It's definitely different than my chairmanship in 2016. As this year, we struck with the pandemic, and COVID-19 turned everybody's world upside down. So it's definitely been an interesting challenge to deal with, and I know that we're all dealing with it in different ways, whether it be individual people with their jobs, whether it be government with how do we continue to provide our services, or whether it be our businesses and how do we keep our doors open during this pandemic. So it certainly has been an interesting time.
Absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about the We've Opened Safely campaign, and then monies that are still available from the county to assist with small business?
Absolutely. First of all, I want to thank both chambers, our Kissimmee Chamber and our St. Cloud Chamber, for partnering with us and providing that valuable feedback, and the task force and helping us develop the We've Opened Safely plan. So at we'veopensafely.com, I want to let everybody know we still have money available for grants to small businesses whose business has been impacted by COVID-19. Just want to give you a little update on numbers so you know how successful the program has been so far. So far over 314 businesses have applied, and we've given out almost $1.8 million. That being said, there's still money available. And I want to, two things. For a small business that hadn't applied and is still struggling due to the impacts, please, we want to encourage each and every one of you to please go ahead and put in your application at we'veopensafely.com. Second is for those businesses that have applied and perhaps received their subsidies early on, we increased the subsidy, so we doubled it. So if you were eligible for $10,000, you're now available for $20,000, but you have to go ahead and go in and reapply. You should have received an email. We have lots of companies that still have not applied for that new additional subsidy. So we want to encourage people, let them know there are funds still available. Please do so now while the money is still there, and get your additional dollars, which I'm pretty sure most people unfortunately still need. So a lot of people missed the email, thought it was a mistake, say, oh, I already got it. And I think that's what's causing them not to reapply, and they're leaving money on the table, whether it's $2,500, whether it's $5,000, whether it's $10,000. That's money that could help you keep your doors open. And we certainly at Osceola County are trying to do our best to ensure that our small businesses are able to survive during this pandemic.
Thank you for sharing that really important information, Chairwoman Janer. It is absolutely critical to our businesses at the Chamber and businesses in Osceola County who are really relying on these grant dollars in order to survive during this pandemic. So we thank you for sharing that. We as a Chamber are also going to share that below right now at a link that you can access to gather more information on how you can collect money for your business in Osceola County. Amidst the pandemic, the County Commission has still been meeting. Commissioner Janer, can you talk to us a little bit about what you all have been working on and about economic development in general in the county?
Yeah, we're still very much open for business and thriving, which is a good thing, right? It's been a challenge, but we've continued chugging along. So a couple things on the economic development front. First of all, we can't talk about economic development in Osceola County without mentioning NeoCity. So NeoCity, as you know, is Osceola's way to trying to tackle and diversify our economy a little bit and get all, trying to get take all our eggs out of that one basket, which is tourism. Tourism is still extremely important to us. It will always be important to us, and we're so grateful for it, but we need that another industry. So this is our effort to start high-tech jobs in whether it's sensors or semiconductors here in Osceola County. So we have some exciting news. We approved recently for the county manager to negotiate an MOU with Skywater, which is one of the leaders in the nation in this type of development. And so we are expecting for that MOU to come back to the county on December 7th. And amongst other things, it's going to allow us to continue some national defense contracts that we already have going on in the Center for Neovation. So for those students who don't know, it's pretty exciting to think about national defense being, the nation's safety and well-being being done right here in Osceola County. So that's a real quick update in NeoCity. With that, I'm going to turn over to some of the other things that we have going on in economic development. So we originally approved the AmeriCenter, which is a commercial center, 470,000 square feet. It's going to bring a really good, about 100 skilled worker jobs, meaning high wage jobs, into our community. And that's scheduled to be completed in about early 2021. The other exciting new economic development is Gatorade expansion. So that's a $30 million investment, and it's also going to bring more high wage jobs into the county. So, and it's a great ROI when we invest in economic development with Gatorade. That's a 60-to-1 return ratio. So when you talk about, is it worth it? What are we getting from our money? Well, you're getting approximately $60 for every $1 invested. And I wish that I could do that as well in the stock market, right? So imagine a 60-to-1 ratio. That's amazing. So those are just a couple of the economic development initiatives that we have going on in the county. Obviously, a lot more that's being worked on, but we do want to encourage those businesses. Sometimes I know that we hear a lot of our information to the grapevine, so anything that you think that will interest Osceola County, please just bring them forward to our economic development department for review, because there are monies available for subsidies.
Thank you so much for that, Commissioner. On behalf of all our small businesses and the board of directors, that's something that we want to hear as we're trying our best to ensure that the economic development of the county grows through our participation in business. So thank you for that. And thank you for making sure that everyone's aware of what's happening in Osceola County, both through your media briefs and also through those emails that you were saying that do go out. I'll turn it over back to tourism, the tourism sector. And you've spoken to me at length about the importance of tourism in Osceola County. Can you kind of shift gears a little bit and discuss that?
Yes, well, tourism so very important. Like I said, it's our lifeblood here in Osceola County as our #1 industry, and we need to ensure that tourism gets up and running as quickly as possible because it's our largest form of employment for our residents here in Osceola County. So it was important for us to take a step back and say, hey, how can we help tourism get jump started again, after the shutdown and in the midst of the pandemic. And so I'm happy to say that we're able to give Experience Kissimmee over $3 million to start a marketing campaign for the recovery. And I'm hoping that that is going to greatly assist our tourism industry to get back on its feet, because again, it is so important. And I don't know if you know, Adriana, or I think you probably know. I'm a tourism baby, right? That's where I started. And my mom was a travel agent when those still were a big thing, when I was growing up, and I was worked in the tourism industry since my first jobs as a teenager. So for me, I have a personal connection to the industry, and I want to make sure that we see it thriving once again, and we have our millions of visitors coming visit Central Florida pretty soon.
Yes, we are waiting for them to come back, and we want to thank you for helping with that reopening of tourism in our community. You've seen across the country and even globally how government really is the catalyst to whether certain business comes back or not. So we want to thank you and your commission and your county manager for helping us in everything that you've been doing. So thank you so much, Commissioner.
Well, it's a pleasure, and I want to thank the Kissimmee Chamber for keeping our business community informed. I know you're doing a lot of workshops, webinars. I may not be on them, but trust me, I keep my ear to the ground. I know what you're doing. It's so appreciated, and it's needed now more than ever. And I always encourage every small business that I go into, hey, are you a member of the chamber? And it's not that I want to give you free marketing, but I just think that it's just so valuable for small businesses to be part of this great organization that disseminate all these opportunities and great information to help our small businesses thrive. So I want to thank each and every one of you.
Thank you for being not only an advocate of all of your residents, but being an advocate of the chamber as well. Thank you for being here with us today, and thank you to everyone who's tuning in. Again, Chairwoman Viviana Janer of the Osceola County Board of County Commissioners, we are so grateful, and have a great day.
Bye.